welcome to this Lunar Flow practice. So we're going to begin by coming to lie down onto your back. When you're ready, extending the legs all the way out in front of you and just allowing the body to settle down onto the ground. Allow the arms to reach away from the body with the palms facing up to the sky. And allow your eyes, when you're ready, to just softly close and start to sink towards the back of the head. And just start to feel into your body. Start to connect with your breath. Take a moment to just tune in with your emotions. And just notice how you're feeling today. Try not to let any judgment creep in. Witnessing any strong feelings or emotions that arise. And just allowing everything to be as it is. Feel the back of your body connected and rooting down into the earth beneath you. And feel the front of your body opening up to the expanse of the sky above you. This practice is all about moving slowly and intuitively and giving yourself an opportunity to deeply rest. As we connect with and absorb the beautiful lunar energy, the soothing energy of the moon. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes as you slowly bring the body back to life. Turning the head from one side to the other. And then gently start to bend your knees. And take the soles of your feet together, allowing the knees to fall out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking your hands to rest on your lower belly. Start to connect with your womb space here. And begin to send deep, full, conscious breaths down towards your pelvis and down into your womb. To feel any tension within the body just dissolve away. gently back in towards one another, planting the soles of the feet down. And then hug the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a hug. Rolling the tailbone back down to meet with the ground, or having as much of your lower back on the mat as you can. Maybe just rocking the knees gently from side to side. And then opening your arms out to the sides, maybe bending at the elbows, cactusing the arms if you haven't got the room to extend. As you exhale, drop both of your knees down to the right hand side to come into a nice gentle twist. Perhaps turning the head, taking the gaze out over the left shoulder. Softening here, continuing to send the breath down towards the pelvis. Deep, full, conscious breaths into the belly. Inhale as you gently bring both knees back to center. As you exhale, drop the knees down to the left, switching sides, taking the gaze out over the right shoulder if that's okay for your neck. Just breathing here, softening, releasing down into the ground. Gently bringing both knees back to center, hugging them in towards you, giving yourself a hug once more. Keeping the breath nice and slow, steady and even. And then drop your knees down to one side and just start to use your hands to push yourself all the way up and onto all fours. Coming into a tabletop position, spreading the fingers wide, middle fingers face forward, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a deep breath in when you're ready and lift your head and your tailbone up towards the sky as the belly softens down. As you exhale, round through the upper back, draw the chin in towards the chest and squeeze the belly in towards the spine. And then again, as you inhale, shine your heart forward. Exhale, round in once more. Just carrying on in your own time now. Cat-cow pose. Perhaps the eyes stay closed. Stay connected with your breath. Allow yourself to be guided as we move into our practice. Gently making your way back to a neutral spine. Start to extend the left leg all the way behind you. And then turn the left heel in and down. Pivoting on your knee and turning towards the long edge of your mat. Take a deep breath in and sweep the left arm all the way up to the sky. Opening yourself to the sky, opening to the moon. One more breath in here. And exhale, circle the left arm back down. Coming back onto all fours, just take a gentle rock or sway from side to side. And then coming back into your neutral spine and extending the right leg behind you. Turn the right heel in and down, pivot on the left knee. Left hand to the ground as the right arm reaches up, opening the heart once more. Breathing into the side of the body, take one more deep breath in. And exhale to windmill the right hand back down. And again, just a little intuitive wiggle or sway from side to side. And then bringing the knees together, and as you exhale, start to sink the hips back to the heels as you come into child's pose, resting the forehead down to the ground. Breathe into the back of the body as you send the weight of the pelvis back towards the heels. I'm just taking a moment here to connect with the soft, intuitive, feminine, soothing energy of the moon. And then gently start to walk the hands back in towards you and roll up through the spine, stacking the head on top of the hips once more. Just taking the hands to rest into the lap here, one hand resting on top of the other. Soften the shoulders down into the body, close the eyes. Breathing nice and gently, nice and deeply. And then fluttering the eyes open, take the weight forwards for a moment and tuck the toes underneath you. Coming to rest the hips back onto the heels once more to come into a toe stretch. You can just reach back and check that the baby toes are extending forwards as well. Taking the hands to rest at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Breathing into that stretch. As you exhale, interlace your fingers and press the palms forward. Take a deep breath in and reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, drop the shoulders down and away from the ears, drawing the ribs in. Closing the eyes. And then releasing the grip of the fingers and allowing the hands to slowly and gently float back down into the lap once more. And then releasing, taking the weight forward and just tapping the tops of the feet onto your mat to release through the toes. Keeping the hips above the knees, start to walk the hands forward to come into Anahata Asana, melting heart pose. Allowing the chest to drape down towards your mat, taking the forehead down to the ground, or maybe even taking the chin forward. Melting through the heart. And then gently take the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into the hands, deep breath in, come back through all fours. Just walking the hands forward one pace, and then tucking the toes underneath you and lifting the knees to lift the hips up and back when you're ready into downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Start to bend one knee and then the other. Take a nice slow pedal out through the backs of the legs. And then settle into stillness in your downward facing dog, spreading the fingers wide. Lift the hips up and back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, draw the belly into the spine. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Take a deep breath in and sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Looking towards the top of your mat, bring the right knee in towards the chest and then bring it down to meet with the back of the right wrist for pigeon pose. Drop down onto the back knee and walk the back knee back a few times, allowing the hips to lower. If the hips are floating quite high here, you can prop a block underneath the right butt cheek or a cushion or a rolled up blanket. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, begin to walk the hands forward now, maybe bringing the forearms down to the ground or allowing the forehead to rest all the way down. Energetically drawing your right hip back as you roll the left hip forward. And just listening to your body here, any sharp shooting pain, then just come out of the posture or back off a little bit. Otherwise, just allowing the breath to flow. Allowing it to dissolve away any intensity, any discomfort. Leaning gently into those barriers. Gently start to walk the hands back up towards you. And then sink the weight all the way into the right side. So weight into the right hip, swing the left leg all the way round in front of you. Coming into Janu Shirshasana, take the right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh and take a hold of the left butt cheek, draw it to the side and back. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up. As you exhale, leading with your heart to fold forwards, you can take a hold of the thigh, the shin or the foot. Keep leading with the heart, but just allow your head to now soften all the way down. Breathing here. Gently walking yourself back up and just taking the left leg out to the side slightly now. Taking the right hand behind you, lift yourself up onto the front of the right shin, taking the sole of the left foot down to the ground and sweeping the left arm all the way up and over as you open the heart. And then exhaling to drop the hips back down. Swing the left leg all the way back round behind you, coming through pigeon pose, just momentarily to tuck the back toes under, walking them in a few times and then releasing the right leg all the way back up into your three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the right hip for split dog. And then taking the right foot back down to the ground. Resetting here, breathing deeply. Take a nice deep breath in. When you're ready, sweep the left leg high. As you exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest and then bring the left knee down to meet with the back of the left wrist. Dropping the back knee down, walk it back a few times, allowing the hips to lower towards the ground. Propping underneath that left butt cheek if you need to. Square the hips to the front of the mat. And then as you exhale, start to soften yourself forward once more. Try and relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax the belly. And gently start to walk yourself back up. Taking the weight all the way into the left side this time as you swing the right leg all the way around. Janu Shasana on this side. Take a hold of the right butt cheek, draw it to the side and back. Take a deep breath in, lift the arms up. Exhale, dive forwards once more. Hands to the thigh, the shin, or the foot. Keep leading with your heart, but allow your head to gently soften down. No tension in the back of the neck. Inhaling gently, coming back up. Taking the right leg slightly out to the side, left hand comes behind you. Start to lift yourself up onto the front of that left shin, grounding through the sole of the right foot as you lift the right arm up and over. Exhaling to gently soften all the way down. Swinging the right leg back round behind you to come through pigeon pose. Tucking the back toes under, walking it in a few times, and then sending the left leg up and back into your three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. And then take the left foot back down to the ground. Dropping yourself down gently onto your knees. Just shifting the hips to one side, swinging the legs around in front of you, soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Taking a hold of your feet or your ankles or your calves. Start to feel the sit bones rooting down into the earth. And allowing these roots to be your foundation, take a deep breath in, lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, begin to fold forwards once more. Keep leading with the heart. Keep the sit bones rooted down into the ground. And again, just gently tuck the chin in towards the chest so that the neck, the chin isn't cranking forward. Close the eyes, breathe into your body. Inhale to gently come all the way back up. Taking the knees back in towards one another, coming to lie yourself back down onto your mat. And when you're ready, hug your right knee in towards the chest. Interlacing the fingers over the right shin bone, extend the left leg back down. Once more, finding those deep belly breaths. Send the breath down towards your womb, down into your pelvis. And then release the right leg, send it back down to the ground and switch sides. Gather the left knee in towards you, interlacing the fingers over the shin bone. Deep belly breaths on this side. And gently releasing both soles of the feet to the ground. Knees bent, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out wide once more. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take the hands to rest onto your lower belly as we started the practice. And again, just connecting with that soft, feminine, intuitive, soothing, and deeply nourishing energy of the moon. Feel this energy pouring down on you. Drenching you in silvery, beautiful moon rays. And perhaps, if it feels right here, just ask the moon if she has any messages for you. Any guidance, any wisdom. And just listen in the silence to what comes through. Gently bring the knees back in towards one another, planting the soles of the feet down and making your way into Shavasana. Straightening the legs all the way back down to the ground. Let the arms rest down by the sides with the palms facing up. Rooting back down into the earth. as you open yourself to the sky. Open yourself to receive once more the wisdom and guidance of the moon. you feel you need to. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Namaste.